All right, so we are back, and in the previous video, we started building our content section. We were able to build the left side, and now the right side, which is the real carousel. This comes now. Let's try to build it. It's again just a quick thing that it's going to be mostly CSS, and we are also going to copy and paste the existing carousel that we already have. So it won't be much of a logic thing, it would be more of a styling thing. So just bear with me for some time, and after this section is done, we'll be almost done with our app. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to quickly copy and paste my existing carousel basic image component, and I'm going to rename it to, let's say, a simple carousel, just a carousel component, carousel.jsx. That should be enough. And in here, let's see what all do we already have. We have the slides, and yeah, we have most of the things here. So cool. Yeah, we already have most of the things. Next slide, previous slide. These buttons will work. So I think mostly we need nothing else but kind of a, you can say, yeah, I would say just the styles. So next slide will keep us to will make us go to the next slide. Previous slide will make us go to the previous slide, and so on. So it's actually working. Let's do one thing. Let's actually try to pull in this carousel inside our content section. Of course, this will break some styles, but that is fine. We'll try to fix that very soon. Let's do that. Carousel. Okay, actually, we need to change the name as well. So this is carousel, and let's change the name to carousel as well. Perfect. So let's import it here, carousel from carousel, and here you'll see my VS Code automatically imported this carousel component. In case it doesn't for you, you have to import it manually. Cool. And if you remember correctly, we need to pass slides. We need to pass the images inside that carousel as props. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my app component where we already defined these slides. I'm going to copy and paste this whole section and paste it somewhat at the top outside our component, and that's it. Now we can actually use these slides. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to provide the slides equal to slides. That's it. And let's see how it goes. Okay, it did not work because there was no, okay, the address is not correct. The reason is app.jsx was present directly inside components, but this is present inside components slash carousel. So we need to go one directory back here. Let's do it very quickly. Let's select multiple lines at the same time, and that's it. This should actually work. Perfect. So we already have this in place. Now the only thing that we need to do here is, I think we need to just fix the styling, and let's do that. Let's go back to our carousel. Instead of carousel basic image.css, I'm going to create a completely new file. I'm going to call it carousel.css. Let's move it here, and inside our carousel, let me just rename this to carousel. That's it. Now let's start styling it. So inside this, we have a container, carousel container. Inside this, let's provide first of all a width of 100%. So 100% means 100% of the parent, which will be 40%, right? 40% of the total width. And height is also going to be 100%. Display, we'll keep it as flex, and flex direction is going to be row, and position can be relative. I'm keeping the position relative so that I can have something like this. I can actually place this vector behind this slides. Cool. And now actually let me rename this carousel button to just button. This is simpler to type. And let me have one more class. I'm going to call this as previous, and I'm going to call this as next. So if I have to provide any specific styles to this next button, I'll use next. If I have to provide common styles, I'll just use the class selector btn with this button. So I'll keep it cursor pointer, position absolute, and one more thing. So what I'm trying to do here is instead of having a button here, what we can do is we can actually just have this something like this. Now, what's the character code for this this character? I don't know. Um, what we can do is let me see if we can Google it. Char code for uh, 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 hmm. Just give me a second. I'm actually trying to search on Google if I can find this character code for this thing. Hmm. For use in HTML. Let's see. Let's see if we can get some exact. I think this thing should be good enough. Perfect. So we have this ampersand hash 60. That's it. Let's place this thing here. And the next one is going to be the right hand side. Or you can even call it greater than code. Cool. That is fine. Um, let's keep it like this. And we need to also have on click. Now that we are not using the button, I'm going to use on click. On click, I'm going to keep it previous slide. That's it. And similarly, we'll provide it here. On click. Okay. On click. Next slide. Perfect. Now that we have it, let's see how our final thing looks like. Okay. We have this thing and it's working, but we need to still fix the slides somehow. Cool. Let's actually get back to this. I'm going to keep the top as 50%, width as 10 pixels. That should be fine. And let's keep some margin, top of let's say minus 22 pixels, and color white, or let's keep it a hex code FFF. And font weight is going to be bold or extra bold, whatever you like. Font size is going to be 18 pixels, and a few more styles. Z index, since we need to keep it at the top, keep it 99. That's it. And some specific slide styles for the previous and the next button. Left is going to be 0. Border radius is going to be 0, 3 pixels, and 0. And next, we'll have a right of 0 because we need to stick it to the right, and the border radius will be this side. So basically, the it will be 3 pixels, then border radius 3 pixels, top left, top right 0, bottom right 0, and then bottom left 3 pixels. That's it. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, we have some things here, and let's provide a previous on hover and same with next on hover. I'm going to change the background color to actually completely black. Black but with a little bit of transparency. So I'm going to use RGBA 0, 0, 0 and 0 0.8. That's it. I think that should be enough. Let's see. I don't really see the buttons. The buttons have disappeared. Where did they disappear to? These things will happen in style. Again, as I told you, these things can happen. So, okay, it's here somehow. Cool. So the final thing that we need to do is fix the slides and actually fix the width of these slides as well. Again, why is it so buggy? Because again, we haven't really styled our style slides yet. That is first thing. And second thing is, while styling, you might across a lot of bugs, but you will be able to fix them eventually. Um, you can try out a lot of things and stuff. These things happen. This is how front end actually works. And one more thing. Okay, nothing really. Actually, I wanted to change this to this character. Actually, there's this character as well. Yeah. This character is basically called U plus 276E. Let me actually see if I can type this itself here. Will this work? I don't know. Ampersand. Let's see. I'm just trying out a few things. No, this didn't work. It's okay. So actually we can oh, okay. I guess we can revert it back. I'll fix this. I don't, of course, I don't remember the character codes of all the characters, so that is fine. We'll fix it eventually. Maybe we can fix it in the next one. But for now, let's try to fix the slides. So we have the slides as well. Let's copy and paste it here. So in the slides, I'm going to provide a width of 120 pixels. I need to keep it a little bit more wide and Z index of 1. Perfect. And then for each individual slide, so each individual slide, I didn't provide a class name here. So let me provide a class name as well. Class name equal to slide. That's it. And for each individual slide, I'm going to provide some more border radius, 15 pixels. That should be fine. Then I'm going to provide some box shadow. I know it's boring. It can be boring, but that's how styling is. It's fine. I mean, you have to deal with it. Just give me a little more time, I guess. That should be enough. So cool. Let's provide some box shadows. And I think let's provide an RGBA again, 000 with 0.1 or 1 2, very light shade. And then I'm going to provide um, 0, 1 pixels, 2 pixels, and with an RGBA of 000 with 0.24, double of that. Let's see how it works. Is it working? No, it's not working. Box shadow, it's not appearing. So I did something wrong here. 0, 1 pixel, 3 with an RGBA of, why is it not? Okay, RGBA. That's the thing. Now it should work ideally. You see some shadow. I see some shadow in behind. Let's see whether it works or not. Anyhow, that is fine. Cool, 0, 1 pixels, 24. And now I'm going to see add the transition as well. Transition. I told you this video will be a little bit long because we are going to provide a lot of styles. So just bear with me for a little bit more time. And on hover, we are going to change the box shadow. Let me copy and paste this whole thing here with some more prominent shadow. Instead of 1, I'm going to make it 14 pixels, 28 pixels with more visibility, 0.25 alpha value, then 10 pixels, 10 pixels. These are something that you can try out on your own as well. These are some random numbers. See how beautiful it looks. Let me close this actually, and this looks very, very beautiful. Perfect. So we have it here. Cool. So we are almost done with our thing. The only thing remaining now is actually two things are remaining now. The first thing is, if you see here, this transition is happening automatically after every 1 or 2 seconds, whatever. And now the second thing that is remaining is this background vector. Let's try to cover that. Let's try to fix that in the next video because this video has already gone very long. Uh, no one likes long videos, right? So let's get back to the next section. Bye bye.